Today we're going to take a look at 11 of the most realistic looking games to come out of the new Unreal Engine 5 era. From breathtaking graphics to immersive gameplay, these titles are set to reshape the future of video games. Now let's kick things off with our number 11 pick. It's a game that's about to turn the first-person shooter world on its head. Meet Body Cam, coming to us from the indie wizards at Reshape Studio. This isn't your typical run-and-gun shooter. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, Body Cam brings photorealistic graphics that are so real-looking, the developers actually had to prove it was a real game and not just a video. But there's more to this game than just pretty visuals. Now imagine it. You are in an adrenaline-pumping world where strategy and precision are your best friends. This game isn't about who has the fastest trigger finger. It's about who's the smartest and the most tactical player on the battlefield. If you've seen the gameplay trailer, you know exactly what I mean. It's a roller coaster of high-stakes action and intense combat that's sure to get your heart racing. And here's the twist that makes this game stand out. Its unique camera angle. We're not just looking through the eyes of a character, we're seeing everything through a fisheye lens, just like a real body cam. This perspective brings a whole new level of realism and immersion. You're not just playing a game, you're living in its world. While the full story and characters are still shrouded in mystery, the bits and pieces we know of hint at a game that's not only skillful at shooting, but also about immersive storytelling. And hey, it's not just a solo adventure. The game is said to feature a variety of multiplayer modes, okay? Whether you're teaming up with friends in co-op or competing against others online, this game promises to be a multiplayer paradise. Now for those of us eagerly waiting to get our greedy paws on Body Cam, keep your eyes peeled on Steam. That's where this gem will be dropping, and while we don't have the full lowdown on other platforms just yet, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for more announcements. Moving on, after the wonderfully high-octane thrills of Body Cam, let's switch gears to something a bit more spine-chilling. Coming in at number 10 is Infestation Origins, a game that's already created a buzz in the horror scene, and it's easy to see why. Developed by Nightmare Forge Games, this title is more than just your average scarefest. It's got a twist that might just make you do a double take. So imagine it. It's a game that's all about battling creepy little critters in all sorts of eerie locations. That's not new, but you and your team have to band together in order to survive and conquer these infested hotspots. And here's the kicker. The game includes a character who looks a lot like good old Mickey Mouse from the classic 1928 Steamboat Willie. Now, because Mickey's original version has been released into the public domain, the devs had the green light to use his likeness. This move, though, kind of mirrors what went down with that horror flick from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey in 2023.
Where Winnie goes on a murderous rampage, it seems as soon as a lovable character becomes public, everyone thought, how can I make them as scary as possible?
I don't know! But it gets even more interesting. Initially, the game was titled Infestation 88, and let me tell you, that stirred quite a bit of drama. Some saw it as having neo-Nazi overtones, especially because of the use of the number 88. Developers caught eye of this controversy and decided to rename the game to Infestation Origins to steer clear of any misconceptions. Now, let's take a look into what you'll actually be doing. It's all about hopping from one spooky location to another, unraveling the mysteries behind each infestation. Think of it like being a part of a supernatural extermination squad. You'll be monitoring the activities with cameras and keeping the lights on, the systems running, and using all sorts of things to squash those horrific creatures and the demons that lurk within. So if you're a PC gamer and love a good old survival horror challenge, keep your eyes open for Infestation's release in late 2024. It's set to launch on Steam, and it's promising to be a game that'll give you a few scares and maybe even make you look twice at some classic characters. At number 9, Remnant 2 is here to keep the adrenaline pumping. Developed by Gunfire Games and published by Gearbox Publishing, this sequel is not just about surviving, it's about thriving in a world where the remnants of humanity are clinging on for dear life. Released in 2023, Remnant 2 drops players into a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is on the brink. The game has been receiving rave reviews for its intense third-person action survival gameplay. Think of it as a battle for survival against all odds, with the last remnants of humanity pitted against the harrowing forces of evil. Now, one of the coolest features of Remnant 2 is its dynamic world. Every time you play, the game generates a new world with different locations, enemies, NPCs, and bosses. That means you're always on your toes. Every playthrough feels fresh and exciting. Whether you're playing solo or joining forces with two friends in a co-op mode, there's always a new challenge waiting. The game also has an expanded archetype class system, allowing players to choose their playstyle. Whether you like to go in guns blazing or prefer something a little more sneaky, there's something here for everyone. The game's arsenal is immersive, with a wide range of guns, armor, and special augmentations to help you tackle the challenges ahead. Now, Remnant 2 has been a hit on the sales chart too. It's outpaced its predecessor's concurrent player count on Steam at launch and sold over 2 million units by the end of September 2023. That's a big deal. Critics and players alike have praised its combat, mechanics, and immersive gameplay, while some have pointed out that the story could be more cohesive cohesive. The overall experience is thrilling. You can experience this post-apocalyptic adventure on PlayStation 5, Xbox, X and S, and PC, so whether you're a fan of the original or new to the series, Remnant 2 is a game that promises to deliver intense action, challenging gameplay, and endless replayability. Moving on from the horror of infestation, let's shrink down a little bit. Quite literally, coming in at number 9, we've got Infinitesimals, a game that caught my eye with its unique concept. Imagine exploring a vast world where you're just a few millimeters tall. Developed by Qubit Studios, this game is all about seeing the world from a new teeny tiny perspective. In Infinitesimals, you step into the shoes, or should I say teeny tiny boots, of Captain Orkney Raylanrake. He's not your average hero, he's a minuscule alien, and he's got a mission from an unknown planet. The game's all about exploring these huge environments from a pint-sized viewpoint. It's like seeing the world through a magnifying glass, where everything ordinary becomes extraordinarily huge. But what makes it even cooler is your arsenal at your disposal. We're talking some high-tech weaponry, snazzy vehicles, and some seriously agile moves. It's a blend of action, adventure, and shooter genres all rolled into one, and the game world is not just big, it's huge. It's gigantic, especially from your tiny little eyeballs. Every pebble's a boulder, every puddle's a freaking lake, and it's a whole new way to see things. And let's not forget, it's all happening on PC, thanks to Epic Games Publishing. While the exact release date is still up in the air, the anticipation is definitely building. So what do you think? Are you ready to tackle a giant world as a tiny alien? Let me know down in the comments below. Coming in at number 7 is Digested, a game that's bound to give you the cramps. Creeps. Developed by the imaginative Carol at DigiGhost Studios, this game is all about survival, but this one is a little bit different than most survival games. You're on an island, alone, or are you? Turns out there's a gigantic snake slowly stalking your every move, eyeing you as its next meal. The bodycam style game brings a new level of terror and immersion. Each playthrough offers a fresh and unique adventure in the realms of terror as the game cleverly randomizes your starting location, the crucial navigation points, and even where you find your life-saving power-ups. Oh, and the most critical part, the location of your extraction pod is also a wild card every time you play. This means you just can't memorize a path and breeze right on through. No, you can't do that. You've got to navigate this eerie island with just a map and compass. No glowing arrows or guiding spirits here. It's all about your brains and instincts. Now, as you tiptoe around, you'll find power-ups that give you a temporary edge over your slithery pursuer. But remember, one wrong step and you could end up being snake food. The game is designed to be short but super intense. This isn't about jump scares that are over in a flash. They're all about the slow burn, the creeping dread that comes up from knowing you're being hunted. The fear factor in Digested is all about anticipation and the psychological terror of an agonizing fate. Now, as of now, it looks like Digested is only set to terrify PC gamers. Oh, thank God, I hate snakes. But if you're into games that test your survival skill and send shivers down your spine, then head over to Steam and wishlist game as soon as possible. From the terrifyingly close encounters of Digested, it's time to broaden our horizons and dive into an expansive world at number 6. Arch 2 beckons us into its realm. Developed by XL Games and published by Kakao Games, this MMORPG is not just a game, it's an epic saga. With Unreal Engine 5's breathtaking visuals and a storyline that takes us 2,000 years back, Arch 2 promises a gaming experience that's as grand as it is immersive. Whether you're captaining ships or exploring vast islands, this game is all about adventure on an epic scale. It's penned by Jeonmin Hee, who also crafted the lore for the first game, so expect some deep, rich storytelling. Arch 2 isn't just about looking pretty, though I will say it is very pretty. Though I will say it's diving back to its sandbox roots, promising a vast open world where your choices matter. What I would say about this game is, think big, like captaining your own ship for trading or epic naval battles, and a player housing system that will make you feel right at home in this expansive world. The game also introduces new races, some of which were teased in the original but never made an appearance. And boy, the hype is real. With over 100 developers working on it, Arch 2 is gunning for a mix of thrilling action and top-tier storytelling. Considering that the original Arch roped in over 20 million players, woo! The expectations are sky high for the sequel. Now, leaving the mystical world of Arch 2, let's jump into an adventure that's a bit more prehistoric or old. Anyways, at number 5, Ark Survival Ascended is set to redefine survival adventure games. This isn't just a revamp of the 2017 hit Ark Survival Evolved, okay? It's a total overhaul. Developed by Studio Wildcard, this game promises a world where dinosaurs aren't just part of history books, they're part of your everyday life. Brace yourselves for a survival experience where every day is new and colorful and full of adventure and devastatingly nasty dinosaurs. Imagine this, you're waking up on a world where you are on this mysterious island drenched in sunlight and surrounded by the most vivid colors you've ever seen. Like, oh my gosh, it's It's beautiful. And then you hear the deep roars from the jungle, but they're not just sounds. They're actually calls to adventure. The game's early access kicked off in October 2023 on PC, and guess what? It didn't just stop there. Xbox X and S series and PlayStation 5 players joined the fun in November, and with Unreal Engine 5 under its belt, the game brings an incredible level of detail and immersion that will make you feel like you're really in there, taming dinosaurs and crafting your way to dominance. Now let's talk about the features. We're looking at things like cross-platform play and modding, dynamic water effects, interactive foliage because I like plants, the works, the whole deal. Studio Wildcard has even laid out a roadmap for the game, promising to keep the updates coming until March 2024. Expect new dinosaurs, remastered maps, and even a Scorched Earth DLC. That's a lot of content to look forward to, but hey, it's not all good news. The game has had its fair share of mixed reviews. Players have praised the new gameplay balance, the array of items, the creatures, and the much-needed quality of life improvements, but there have been some hiccups, especially regarding performance issues on consoles. But if you're ready to dive into a world where you can tame a T-Rex or build your own fortress, check out Ark Survival Ascended because it's waiting for you. Moving on from the dinosaur-infested lands of Ark, let's climb to new heights with our number 4 pick, Jusant by Nod. This isn't just a game, it's an epic climbing adventure. Set on a towering rocky pillar, this game invites you to scale new heights and uncover the secrets of an ancient civilization with no dialogue, just environmental storytelling. Jusant offers a unique and thought-provoking experience that's all about exploration and discovery. Prepare to climb, explore, and unravel mysteries in a world where every step you take brings you closer to the clouds. Your companion in this journey is Ballast, a creature of water, who aids in uncovering clues and forging new paths. The climbing mechanics are intricate, involving the strategic placements of pittons to prevent falls and conserve stamina. The game also introduces a rope system, allowing you to backtrack easily through areas you've already covered. The game's focus on climbing and exploration is reminiscent of titles like Grow Home, with its own unique twists and challenges. It's a game that invites you to piece together a story without words, which is interesting, and it makes for an immersive and thought-provoking experience. Released on October 31st, 2023 for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Series, Jusant has received a positive reception for its innovative gameplay, immersive world, and atmospheric storytelling. It's a title that promises not just a gaming experience, but a journey through a forgotten civilization, challenging you to reach new heights both literally and figuratively. Now, descending from the lofty heights of Jusant, let's step into a world where magic reigns supreme, baby! Coming in at number 3, Immortals of Aveum is an ambitious first-person shooter that blends magic and conflict in a way that you've never seen before. Developed by Ascendant Studios and published by Electronic Arts, this game takes you on a journey filled with spells, battles, and a narrative that's rich with lore and intrigue. And you take on the role of Jack, prepared to defend the kingdom of Lucium and uncover the truth behind a world on the brink of devastation. The gameplay stands out with its blend of magical abilities and comprehensive talent tree, I love this part, that allows for deep customization and strategy. The game's diverse magic system adds layers of complexity and excitement to fighting and combat. With over 25 spells and more than 80 nodes in the talent tree, woohoo! Players can tailor their gameplay experience to their preferences. Immortals of Aveum also offers a compelling narrative that unfolds through the player's interactions with the world and characters with a focus on environmental storytelling. The plot, set in a world reeling from the effects of a devastating drought, revolves around Jack's journey to uncover the truth behind the war and the magical forces at play. Moving on from the magical battlegrounds of Immortals of Aveum, let's tackle puzzles in a way that defines reality. At number 2, Desordre, a puzzle game adventure that's set to challenge your mind like never before. Developed by the innovative SHK Interactive, this game is a mental triathlon across dimensions. With its upcoming Unreal 5 engine 5.2 update, oh boy, prepare for a visual spectacle that enhances every brain-teasing puzzle. Desordre isn't just a game, it's an exploration of mind and reality, wrapped in a visually stunning package. Released in June 2023 on Steam, it's a game that takes the concept of puzzle and turns it on its head. You're not just pushing blocks and connecting dots. No, you're wielding a portal gun, bending time, and flipping between worlds as if you're flipping through the pages of a sci-fi novel. Now let's talk about this portal gun. It's not just a flashy tool, it's your key to unlocking new perspectives, literally. One moment you're in one world, and the next you're zipping around through a portal to a completely different environment, where gravity might work differently or time flows in reverse. Interesting. Every new world is a piece of a larger, more complex puzzle waiting for you to put it all together. And if that's not enough to get your neurons firing, how about this? The game's upcoming Unreal Engine 5.2 update is set to add a visual depth to the puzzles that's completely unprecedented. Imagine it, this ray-traced shadows that play off the environment, adding layers of depth and immersion that turns each puzzle into a piece of art. NVIDIA's DLSS3 technology isn't just about making the game look good, it's about enhancing the entire experience, making every frame a smooth, visually stunning journey. But Disordre isn't just a mental workout wrapped in a pretty package, it's an exploration of an environmental therapy program. You as patient 689 traverse through this therapy, solving puzzles that are metaphors for your healing journey. The game challenges you to think differently, to approach problems from angles you never thought possible. It's a game that doesn't just entertain, but it transforms the way you think. So if you're ready to stretch your brain in ways you've never thought possible, possibly bring on a migraine, feel free to solve some puzzles that feel like as if you're deciphering the secrets of the universe. And to experience a visual spectacle that's as breathtaking as the puzzles themselves, feel free to check out Disordre. This game might be just for you. Alright, leaving the intricate puzzles and mind-bending worlds of Disordre behind, now step into the ring with our number one pick, Tekken 8, set for release on January 26, 2024. It's clear that Bandai Namco Studios and Arika aren't just making another addition to the series, they're revolutionizing it, oh my gosh. Tekken 8 throws us into the chaotic, high-adrenaline world of martial arts. The next-gen fighter game available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, is ready to deliver jaw-dropping visuals and heart-pounding action. They're continuing the saga that's been brewing in Tekken universe, and it's more intense than ever! The story picks up just 6 months after Tekken 7. The spotlight, it's on Kazuya, Mishihima, and Jin Kazama. These two have a father and son bond that's, well, complicated. Jin's on a mission to put an end to the chaos that's been a family tradition. It's all about settling old scores and of course some really serious daddy issues. But wait, there is more! Tekken 8 isn't just rehashing the old, it's bringing in a bunch of new characters to spice things up. We've got Azucena Milagros Ortiz Castillo, who's not just any fighter. She's a Peruvian mixed martial artist with a passion for kicking ass. Then there's Victor Chevalier. Imagine a UN super spy crossed with a royal French knight, and you're getting close. These newbies, along with the return of classic characters, Alisa Boskanovich and Brian Fury, make for a roster that's both nostalgic and fresh. The game mechanics, they kicked it up a notch, introducing the heat system. This thing cranks up the aggressiveness of battles to an all-new high. And if that wasn't enough, the stages are destructible, adding a whole new level of strategy, destruction, and excitement to the fights. But here's the cherry on top. Tekken 8 is the star of the 2024 Tekken World Tour. We're talking a global showdown with new partnerships that are set to elevate the tournament scenes. From Chipotle to Venom and even Victrix by PDP, it's about bringing something unique to the Tekken community. So whether you're a longtime fan or just jumping into the fray, Tekken 8 is shaping up to be a must-play. From the visually stunning landscapes of Immortals of Aveum to the intense father-son showdown in Tekken 8, it's clear that this year is going to be an absolute banger. If you're as excited as I am about these games, be sure to hit that button, subscribe for more gaming updates, and ring that notification bell. I'd love to hear which of these Unreal Engine 5 games you're looking the most forward to. So drop your thoughts down in the comment section below, and until next time, peace.